Hello and welcome back to the last Rose City Rollers knitting tutorial knit along. And so far we have got to decreasing the toes, and so we're going to kitchen off. But like I said last time, because it's getting tight, I was going to show you how to do the magic loop if you needed to do that. I've just managed to stretch it round, but it has been very close. So for my last row, I'm just going to show you how to do that. So all the magic loop is you have where the yarn is on the right hand side, you have the stitches further down, and the stitches you're working on are farther up. So you can use this needle that's more malleable to get where you need it to be without those stitches. So I'm just going to do a knit round. So just go in to do your normal knit. It is difficult, I'm not going to lie to you, it's not difficult, it's just awkward. So all you're doing is knitting, but what you've got to be aware of is when you take that stitch off, you need to pull that yarn to take it down to where the other stitches are, so you don't get a gap. And that's all it is. It's just keeping that yarn tight when you first start off, when you've changed it around, and then just knit as normal until you need to move it round again. This is a method with the longer circulars how people knit socks. They just manipulate the cable out. I find it annoying and tedious, but a lot of people prefer that. They don't like the short ones. It's what works for you. So just coming up. I like to get away with it as long as I can. Now it's getting tight, so I'm going to pull that right hand needle and squeeze those stitches down to the others, and then move them around, and then make another knit stitch. Pull it tight. And so it is fiddly. And if I can get away with not doing it, I do. Ooh. But for these last few stitches, that's why I wanted to do the square toe and not the round toe, because you have more stitches to play with, so it's easier. And I'm all for an easy life. This is a hobby, it's what I do for pleasure. I don't want to do all the nasty bits, just the good bits. Ooh, am I going to make it all the way around? Coming up to the start point again. And I'm there. Well, I'm nearly there. Let's pull that round so I can whiz that over. Oh, one more stitch. Okay, so now I can take off my stitch marker that's connected itself to my knitting, because we're now ready. I'm down to my 32 stitches, so we're now ready to do the Kitchener stitch. So we can cut off our yarn at a reasonable length, and you will need a needle with a hole as big as it needs to be for your yarn. I think this is an actual darning needle. It's got like a quite blunt but whatever you have to hand, that will work. So just move this up first. So you want the same number of stitches on each side of the needles. Careful not to, so they don't go flying off the ends. Thread our needle. Okay, so the yarn is connected to the back needle. So we've got 2 sets of stitches on there. So with the yarn connected to the back, the front one, we put the needle in as if this is a knitting needle, and we're going to knit and slide it off. And then we're going to go as if we're going to purl and leave it on. And then we go over to the other side and we purl and slide it off, pulling those 2 together, and then knit and leave it on. And that's all it is, going backwards and forwards. I should put this down below if you wanted to mark it down, so next time you need the kitchen stitch, you've got it. So the front needle is knit, slide off, purl, whoops, unthreaded, put that back on, purl and stay on. So we're going to purl and slide off, then knit and stay on. So knit, slide off. When I say slide off, I don't mean slide off your needle. I think my needle perhaps has got a too big an eye on it. And so purl, leave on. We're going to purl, slide off, knit, leave on, pulling it close together. This is fiddly. Knit, oh, it's come off again. I'm going to change to a smaller head on my needle. I think that's the one I used for my flax, which was Aran weight. Right, so where was I? I've just knit and slid off. So now to purl. Oh no! So what did I do? Right, I'm on the back needle. So I've just knit and kept on. So now I need to knit and take off, purl and leave on. Purl and take off. Knit and leave on. Knit, take off, purl, leave on, purl, take off, knit, leave on. Knit, take off, purl, leave on, purl, take off, knit, leave on, knit, take off, purl, leave it on, purl, take off, knit, leave on. Knit, take off, purl, leave on. So there you have how it's looking. Hope you can see that okay. So you can see there where it's joining it together. So all we're going to do is carry on along there, and then when you get to the end, your last stitch, you'll just take the last stitch as you take it off and put your needle inside and put your hand inside and turn the sock inside out, so you are holding that needle, and then you can just do your ends. So I'll leave it there because I'm getting a bit repetitive and I don't want to bore you. As I say, I shall leave the instructions below, but it's just, you just get into a rhythm. So thank you very much. Please put your finished socks on our little Instagram hashtag, which is Simply Knit Cal. I shall put that down below because I'd love to see them. And I hope you enjoyed this. I've really loved it. I shall be doing my next sock on holiday, so I have a pair because I'm going away soon. And yeah, I hope you have a lot of enjoyable time knitting these socks. I can see a lot more in my future, and I hope you will be knitting some more as well. So congratulations with doing your sock, and I shall see you again soon. Bye for now.